What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Liddy's Leans, Likes, and Locks NBA. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Philly, baby. Nobody believed. I believed. It felt good to get that one across. And nothing like James Harden covering his PRA with points alone. My God, 45, 6 or 7 threes. It was just insanity. I don't really have anything to add. Swept the board there. Hope you enjoyed that one. We'll see how Denver ends up coming. Torrey Craig ended up starting that game. They didn't have a points prop available for Okogie or Craig all day long. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And now you have Okogie starting again, even though Torrey Craig's going to play more. I don't understand. I should be coaching that series. Actually, that's a terrible thing to say. We all think we could coach better. I could coach better than a lot of... I don't know. All I know is I split the board, and yay for betting. That was good stuff. So an enjoyable start to the day. We'll see how it finishes up. Baseball had some crazy hooks all over the place. Some ninth innings that didn't go my way. But overall, feel really good about the plays, and that is the goal. Get closing line value. Make sure you be on the right side of things, and you just accept the variance that comes with it, even if it's heartbreaking and soul-crushing. But hey, NBA went well. Good stuff. I don't know. Nikola Jokic triple-double. Let's go, team. But FanDuel Sportsbook, definitely be signing up for that if you haven't already. DraftKings, FanDuel, the two biggest in North America. You can sign up for that below, and they have the identical offers going on. You bet $5, you get 150 in bonus bets guaranteed. That's an awesome deal. So if you haven't signed up for one, sign up for the other. If you've signed up for the other, sign up for one. You know what? Not my best introduction I've ever had, but it's only if you're 21 and over. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Can you tell? That was an exciting Philadelphia side to get on. Again, plus 900. I have a Philadelphia ticket to get to the NBA Finals there. Be good to win the NBA Finals. Boston was plus 200. Stop it with this weak sauce. But looking forward to it. Maybe get Joel Embiid back for game 2. We'll talk through the ins and outs of this one. But Tuesday, we got a new series starting up. We got game 2 of a game with the Walking Wounded in New York. So looking forward to it. That's great. Let's just get to the picks, shall we? Game 2, and I don't even know how we begin breaking this one down. The Miami Heat, the New York Knicks. Check out the injury report. It's got some key members. Julius Randle, who sat out game 1. That was problematic for them. I think this was going to be a much better series for him than that of the last one, where Evan Mobley just put him in the corner and said, nobody puts baby in the corner, except for when you're being guarded by Evan Mobley. Then you say, yes, sir. No, sir. I will not shoot, sir. And then he went completely nuts in the first half. Game, 5? They win anyway. Cleveland's got some stuff to figure out. But game 1, that was Jimmy Butler once again just doing awesome things. Ends up turning his ankle. He's questionable coming into this one. I think we all expected both of those. But there's one kind of surprising piece of news, and I don't want to read too much into it. But Jalen Brunson, questionable, sore right ankle. What a weird thing to have him listed there. Now, is it a little bit of gamesmanship? For whatever reason, sure. But I fully expect Jalen Brunson to be playing basketball here in this one. Jimmy Butler, I think, is a true question mark. However, they didn't just send him down to Miami to get treatment, to get situated there. I think he's going to be trying to play in this game too. Now, can he be effective beyond sitting in the corner, just getting ready to shoot threes? He was doing that rehearsal thing in the corner that we all watched him do in the second half, or in the fourth quarter specifically when he turned that ankle. Kind of weird stuff, but Kyle Lowry really found ways to be effective, create, and hey, Bam Adebayo gonna have to play some actual basketball there himself if there's not going to be Jimmy Butler or a limited Jimmy Butler out on the floor. Gabe Vincent played fantastic. Shout out him. 33 minutes. Nice little 20 spot for him there. He's kind of been the unsung hero of Miami because they're looking for any extra ammunition they can at the guard spot. No Tyler Hero, no Victor Oladipo, and you get a shooting guard like Gabe Vincent out there sharing the floor with Kyle Lowry and getting to the bucket, creating space, knocking down shots, doing all of the dirty work on the defensive end. Yeah, you're pretty happy if you're Eric Spoelstra, who, by the way, can we just officially say best coach in the NBA? I've been saying that for like a decade, it feels like. He's still that dude. It's incredible how good he is at his job. But Jimmy Butler would be a huge deal if he ends up sitting there, of course. But kind of baked into the line is Jimmy Butler being assumed that he's inactive and that you're going to get Julius Randle in for this game. I don't know how this news breaks. All I know is it's 6.5 being the spread here. The total looks about efficient at 206, 207, sitting in that range. It's going to be a low-scoring basketball game, but I think there's worth a little bit of a nibble here on the Miami money line. It's plus 230 on DraftKings, currently the best line available. I'm leaning that direction where I think Jimmy Butler, I don't know, modern medicine. The guy's also an immaculately in shape human being, like most NBA players. I think if he can play, he will play. And this line, I don't think changes a ton because I think it's kind of baked in with both Randle in and Butler out. That's kind of what it is. Maybe it moves to plus 250. If you don't want to wait to find out Jimmy Butler's status, I mean, that will move closer to the plus 220, plus 210 range if Jimmy Butler is ruled in. So there's that. Lots of things that you can sit there and analyze how it's going to break down. But I think we want to just stay on the Miami money line side of this. Even though the Knicks, they've been a team we've ridden in the past here, I still think just in their current iteration, yeah, we're going to be thinking about this one a lot leading into tomorrow. So that's a TBD for me, but one that's not. If you get Jalen Brunson playing like I expect him to, and there are lines available for him, I don't see how over 5.5 assists isn't an auto play in this spot. Now, you do get Julius Randle possibly back in this one, but even still, he's a guy that's being asked to shoot a lot of threes when healthy. Only played 16 minutes there in that last Cleveland game before getting hurt. Went over 3 from the field, but found ways to be effective beyond that. Had a very tough shooting stretch throughout that Cleveland series, but Miami, they're decent defensively. They still don't have somebody that can be as rangy. Might have to have Kevin Love out there for a little bit. We'll talk about him in a second as well, because I think both teams are going to be in search of some offensive figure it outs, if you will. RJ Barrett playing kind of individual, really not creating for anybody there either. I think you're going to see Jalen Brunson, if out there, have to do a lot for this basketball team. Because again, RJ Barrett being asked to have 7 assists last game, he did a great job. Again, that was the best version of RJ Barrett you're probably going to see in this entire series more than likely. And if there's no Jalen Brunson, he's going to be asked to do absolutely everything, I suppose. But on the whole, I think Jalen Brunson gets back to creating for others as well. 7 assists we had in the last game. Why is his line 5.5? Oh, why? The guy who's going to have the ball in his hands, even with Julius Randle out there. Still don't know his effectiveness. Lots of question marks surrounding this game, but the fact that that's the line is a little egregious to me. So over 5.5 assists, kind of a easy little like as we continue on our merry way to the lock. Kevin Love. If there's no Jimmy Butler, again, I don't want you to be sending me your tickets that Kevin Love hit over 9.5 points if Jimmy Butler is in this game. But if Jimmy Butler is out, this is a prospective lock that I would want to jam. Kevin Love only played 16 minutes in the last game. I would expect him to have to play a lot more because Caleb Martin isn't going to give you the kind of shooting that you're looking for over the course of this season. 36% for a 3-point shooter. Not really taking a ton of them either. Being out there as a two-way player from time to time. Did have to play 31 minutes because of his defensive utility. But I expect him to need to have some kind of a 4 there. Max Strus not really creating his own shots. But Kevin Love, still at this point in time, can be a high-energy, high-motor, offensive type piece. We saw 32 minutes in that closeout Milwaukee game. He played awesome in that, by the way. 15 points, 12 boards, things of that nature. In just 16 minutes, he puts up 9, 5, and 4. Now, I haven't seen a PRA line for him, which I think might be even a little bit more intriguing. But if there is no Jimmy Butler, lock button 9.5 Kevin Love. Just lock it. Shoot it to the moon. It should say, I should have put something there. It wasn't my fault. Producer Alicia can do no wrong, but I can. I needed to just put if Jimmy Butler out. But you want to be reacting to this line. If Jimmy Butler is in for it, think a lot of the same rotations are going to hold true. But there's also the chance that if Julius Randle's in, that they need the bigger frame of Kevin Love out there as opposed to Obi Toppin, who didn't really play the tail end of the second quarter, the tail end of the fourth quarter. You ran into a lot of minutes of Emmanuel Quickley out there, which kind of sets up for more Gabe Vincent, more Caleb Martin on the floor, things of that nature. But Julius Randle in, I would expect him to play some minutes. So lots of ways that Kevin Love can get there. So kind of putting the reacting to news on you. If you want to know if this officially ends up jammed, because I already have a small play on this, I'm going to probably put a lot more on it. But Kevin Love, over 9.5 points, Find it to be my second favorite play on the entire board. I think the next game is going to be pretty epic, though. So just a unit as of right now. But hit me up on Twitter at Eric Lindquist. Happy to let you know what I decide to do. You should decide to check out FanDuel Sportsbook if you haven't, because $150 in bonus bets, that, my friends, is good stuff. It's called Odd Shopper for a reason. We are shopping for the best lines at the best books. Why pay minus 110 when you can get minus 105 at something? If that best line is available at FanDuel Sportsbook, awesome. You have exposure to another book. So if you haven't signed up there, take advantage of this offer right now. And if you've already signed up for FanDuel Sportsbook and you haven't checked out DraftKings, those being the two biggest, sign up for DraftKings in the video description box below. It works both ways. We have Bet365 that's available in just 4 sports. You can sign up for that. So many great ways to get exposure to other books. This will be expiring here at FanDuel Sportsbook, though. 5/15, that is May 15th. That is 2 weeks from now. Look at me doing math. What a wild thing that I'm capable of doing. But anyway, 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. But check out FanDuel Sportsbook right meow. Alrighty, y'all? Cool. It was a weird way of saying that. All right, let's just go to the game that I really want to talk about next. Get your popcorn ready. We got the Lakers, the Warriors, another in California showdown. The Lakers, Game 6, just annihilation of Dylan Brooks. Maybe don't talk the talk. Or actually, he stopped talking because I'm not going to meet with the media. I'm not going to meet with the media. Watch me. Oh, I'm going to evade the media. I'm not going to give anybody respect unless they put up 40 on me. Well, how about they beat your ass by more than 40? There's that. Idiot. Quack, quack. He went to Oregon. But Golden State, wow. Steph Curry seems like he's still good at basketball. A lot of guys. It's modern medicine, my friends. We're also seeing kind of this. We're always looking for the next thing. It's very true. We're always kind of trying to find, well, Victor Wembanyama, he's going to be incredible. Giannis Antetokounmpo, incredible. LeBron James and Steph Curry have been doing this forever. And the fact that we get another iteration of this in year 20 for LeBron, in year, I don't know, it's 15 or something for Steph Curry. I mean, this is just incredible stuff. Are you excited? I'm excited. I think they both have some squads around them. But let's start with the Lakers side here. A couple of keys for this series that I'm going to be honed in on. And I kind of should be previewing some of these series, especially as we're getting to 2-game slates. When it was like 4-3, you know, I got things to do. I got chores. I'll give you the picks and get on out of here. But let's start thinking about this pretty effectively, because I look at this opening line. We got 4.5 here as the spread seems about efficient to me. I don't really want to go out of my way here. 226, 227. That's about efficient for some of these totals as well. But I'm pretty positive that we're going to see this game move up in pace. Now, the Lakers have been one of the best defensive teams over the course of the last month or so, and nothing's really going to change in those regards here. But yeah, 228 being the official total in this one. I have it projected around 226, 227 based on some of these pace numbers that we have. The Lakers 101.3 possessions per 48 minutes. D'Angelo Russell at the helm, and oh boy, can't wait to talk about that one in the log section, because somebody's not so bullish on him in this series. But facing his former team, he had a cup of coffee there with Golden State. Didn't necessarily fit the profile, and Andrew Wiggins sure did, that's for sure. Oh, what a sad thing that he didn't work out for my Timberwolves. But pretty damn excited, my friends, to fire up a couple of bets. We got to be thinking about this Anthony Davis over 4.5 steals plus blocks, right? Because this is going to be a big part of this series. Draymond Green, what is his effectiveness level on the interior defensively, and what's Kevon Looney's effectiveness level here? How are they going to balance these rotations? Because against Sacramento, when they went Keegan Murray, Draymond Green, pretty easy mark, and then Kevon Looney, Domantas Sabonis just looked like a little baby next to him. Lots of opportunities, I think, for the Lakers to screw with them, because Anthony Davis is a dude. He is a scary man. He's going to do dirty work on the defensive end, and 25.5, pretty efficient points prop, but he's going to be offensively minded in a way Domantas Sabonis was not. How many 8 to 12 footers did you see Domantas Sabonis miss in that last series? I'll wait for you. A ton is the correct answer. A lot. You can't give those to Anthony Davis. So if he stretches out to the 3, you're looking at Kevon Looney. I thought about taking the under of the 12.5 rebounds, but books kind of picked up on that. Not 13.5 like it's sitting there from the last game, but 12.5. I think we're going to be shying away. Pretty efficient with the juice heavily on the over there. But I like Anthony Davis over 4.5 steals plus blocks. It goes in the lean category only because I want to be getting a little bit more than plus 130 on this. And currently that's the best current line available. Let's just kind of sit and wait, because I think we're going to be able to get some exposure to this play at a better number once BetMGM, Caesars, other books. Right now, FanDuel and DraftKings, only two that I have for this play at the moment, and plus 130 being the best available over at DK. So we're going to be paying close attention to this one. Think we can find a better number on it tomorrow. So be on the lookout. As long as it's better than plus 130, it goes into the like category. But this play, my friends, goes in the like category instantly. I'm going to be backing the Lakers in game one. You saw a Steph Curry eruption spot. I think with Austin Reeves and Andrew Wiggins, this is going to be there's so many talking points. Can Klay Thompson get on track here? Can we start seeing him knock down shots against the team that he was rumored to be playing for forever? Can Steph Curry keep it going against a team that defensively is going to have to do some adjusting and the weakest part of their defensive unit, definitely at the point guard position. So what are the Lakers going to do? You could be looking at Austin Reeves sometimes, or what I'm hoping to take advantage of here in the lock category in a second. But the Lakers, I really like some of the true shooting numbers from the likes of Austin Reeves. You're going to see Anthony Davis in the mid-range and LeBron James, who we haven't even talked about yet. He's pretty good at basketball, huh? Just going to be an incredible series. Him and Draymond Green matching up against each other for the 8th time it feels like in the playoffs, even though now they're in the same conference, a little bit different than NBA Finals matchups. But I'm very excited for this one. I think you just take the plus side of this one, just a half unit, plus 4.5 Lakers. I think it's the game one choice here. Better team than Sacramento. Much better team than Sacramento in its current iteration. But let's go to the lock section. And I know this has been very Lakers heavy, mainly because on the Golden State side of things, I'm waiting to see. I think they're going to keep this Jordan Poole starting garbage. I think they're probably going to be doing that against the Lakers here. We'll see. There's opportunities for Draymond and Kevon Looney to be on the floor together, but Draymond going to be matching up against the likes of LeBron, Kevon Looney, guarding Anthony Davis. Jordan Poole, how is he going to possibly do anything against Austin Reeves? That's a great question. Austin Reeves is pretty good at basketball. But I'm looking at the point guard position, and I think Steph Curry has a chance to just be absolutely unleashed yet again this series, because that's really the weak point of this one. What are they going to do? Jared Vanderbilt, I know he guarded up against Ja Morant, but Steph Curry running in circles just doesn't feel like a Jared Vanderbilt spot to be able to track him for a couple of minutes there. I think Austin Reeves is probably going to get a lot of the defensive assignment on Curry, but then you've got Klay Thompson moving over and having D'Angelo Russell slide over, and something feels very strange to me, because if this game gets wonky early, where Golden State's knocking down shots, Steph Curry doesn't have somebody on his hip pocket, I don't see how D'Angelo Russell stays on the floor. And I know he'll have revenge in his heart. And I know that he's coming off of a series where he was able to play 30 minutes a night. Like legitimately, played 36 game one, but then 30, 31, 29, 30, 30. I think it is very likely we see those minutes come down to around 24 to 26 in this series, purely because of defensive purposes, which I think opens up minutes for Dennis Schroeder. And this is me, again, having to just think about what they've done in the past in some of these closeout games. Against Minnesota in the play-in tournament, you saw Anthony Edwards, very difficult for somebody to stay in front of, and Mike Conley was knocking down tons of shots. And what was the major adjustment that the Lakers made? They put Dennis Schroeder on the floor for 33 minutes in a must-win game. Those minutes against Memphis went down to 16, went down to 20, 24, 30, 19, 23, and 30. He was just getting it going, and Dennis Schroeder stayed on the floor for that one. So I'm not expecting that from him here, but I think you could be looking at a strict point guard split, 22-26, 24-24 to some nature between Schroeder and D'Angelo Russell. And maybe they can share the floor a little bit, and maybe they go point Reeves. There's definitely that as a possibility. But I want a correlated single game parlay to effect for what I believe is something very similar to what you saw. You saw Mike Conley knock down 1,000,000 threes in that play-in game. And I think the game script for a couple of these games, especially on the road in games 1 and 2, could look eerily similar, where Lakers have to make adjustments early to being down in a deficit, and you see Dennis Schroeder on the floor a lot more than you expect. Plus, his points prop is so low that I think there's an opportunity for people to just be looking at the box score from the last couple where you see, oh my God, Dennis Schroeder had 0, 7, 12, 0, and 2. Well, that's still over in 2 of 5 with 6.5 as his points prop. So here you go. D'Angelo Russell since being acquired by the Los Angeles Lakers. These minutes have come down way down from where they were earlier in the season. And part of that is LeBron James being healthy. And another part is just if he's not knocking down tons of threes, you can't have him out there defensively against Steph Curry. So here you go. I've built it up enough. Drum roll. Under 15.5 points for D'Angelo Russell and over 6.5 points for Dennis Schroeder. They are correlated to me. I truly think one's minutes are going to contradict the others, and this is the side of it I want to be on. Now, the reason that I'm taking the under on Russell and not flip-flopping these two is I just think that defensively, Dennis Schroeder has a little bit more to offer based on what we saw in that Minnesota game, which was an absolute must-win spot. This game, not as much of a must-win spot. But if you're the Lakers, you got to find a way to steal one of those. And defensively, Dennis Schroeder, 77th percentile defender on dunks and threes this season, plus 0.7 in that department in defensive EPM, estimated plus minus. D'Angelo Russell, my friends, 50th percentile, less than a point, 0.4. So we're talking 0.4 in terms of defensive EPM. Still great in estimated win shares, and you want him out there for shooting if you can. But the priority has to be shutting down Steph Curry in some capacity. So there you go. That was my long-winded explanation. 20 minutes of basketball. We talked about, we got game 2. It's going to be awesome there at the Garden. But this is the main event for me, and I think we're on to something here. That's the single game parlay. Let's run back some more locks, shall we? Let's go. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Go to that comment section below. Let me know how special I am for getting James Harden PRA, for taking the Philadelphia plus the points. Oh, Eric, you're so strong. You're so smart. Oh, my. I'm going to leave FanDuel Sportsbook. Bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets. It's only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Thank you, producer Alicia. I'm going to get out of here. Alrighty, y'all. We got more basketball to talk about Wednesday. Fun Tuesday in that department, or fun. I'm Eric Lindquist. Until next time. No? Hang on. I'm going to find it. Yep. I'll be back with you on Wednesday. Until then, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets on Tuesday.